Hey everyone, welcome back to Shade Review. In today's video, we are reviewing the brand new Persol 0091 sunglasses with the new modernized Supreme Arrow. But first off, we gotta thank today's video sponsor, our own website, shadereviewstore.com, the absolute best place to buy designer sunglasses, up to 80% off the original MSRP. Again, our website there is shadereviewstore.com. Check it out. So let's go ahead and pop the sunglasses on face and talk about the dimensions. These have 53mm lenses and a 20mm bridge, and this is the standard size of these frames. They're also producing a larger lens size, which has 56mm lenses and the same 20mm bridge. Now, as far as the exact colorway that I have on today's video, these have Persol's black acetate frames with green polarized crystal all glass lenses. The clarity of these is really good, and they're also going to have very good scratch resistance as well. Just a really good high quality lens. Now, as far as what's new about these frames, they have a brand new Persol Supreme Arrow. So here in the top corners of the frames, you can see it is completely different than the traditional Supreme Arrow that would be found on Persol sunglasses. And this arrow definitely kind of modernizes the pair of sunglasses. And as far as I can see here, the arrow doesn't come quite as forward. It stays more towards the temple side. And because of that, it's just going to be a little bit more subtle and not quite as loud as the traditional Supreme Arrow, which personally I actually don't really like. I personally actually like the traditional arrow a little bit better because when you see that and you think Persol, and it just shows styling and elegance, and here it's just going to be a little bit more subtle and modernized. And I'm not entirely sure why Persol decided to change the arrow for this new lineup. Persol says this frame is a part of their newest generation of Persol frames with the new arrow, and they're going to help you stand out from the crowd, featuring a butterfly shape and acetate frames, and they certainly do look really good. But my biggest complaint here is definitely going to be the price. They come in at $654, which is absolutely crazy. So if the new generation of Persol frames comes in astronomically high price, for comparison, my favorite pair of Persol sunglasses at the moment are going to be the Persol 3269, and those frames of polarized lenses only come in at $402. So these frames are going to be $252 more expensive than my favorite 3269. So absolutely crazy price. And the thing that I really don't like about this particular pair of sunglasses is how Persol has not justified what makes these sunglasses cost so much more than some of their sunglasses in their lineup. Now, I have noticed a couple things that are a little bit unique about this particular pair of sunglasses, and I guess actually what it kind of has to do is not the sunglass itself, but actually the packaging. So if this new generation of packaging comes a beautiful kind of suede feeling case. Now again, Persol doesn't leave us with any information about what this material is actually made out of. It doesn't say it's made out of leather or anything like that, but it smells pretty good and it feels really good as well. It has a beautiful kind of suede material. I assume it's actually suede. Maybe that would help with the price. And if we take a look here on the inside, it actually does say that it is made in Romania. And has a nice little magnet here and then a Persol logo there as well. But personally, as you guys know, I care more about the actual sunglasses than I do the packaging. The packaging just sits in the box forever. I really never use it, and I typically don't use the cases that come with the pair of sunglasses anyways. So really I don't care about that, but that could be a little bit of the actual price, maybe 50 bucks if it is real suede, I don't know. And then another thing is these frames are going to be just a little bit more refined and polished than some of Persol's other offerings, like the 3269, for example. These are just going to be better polished. If we take a look here at the hinge, we can see even near the hinge is going to be a little bit more polished. It's still not perfect, and for this money, I would expect it to be absolutely flawless. No imperfections whatsoever. Here around the hinge should be perfect if you're going to be spending that kind of money on a pair of sunglasses. And here it looks clean, but it's not perfect. And if I'm gonna have not perfect, I might as well have something like some of other Persol's offering, which are gonna be, not perfect, but $250 cheaper. And the last thing I wanna mention here is the information here in the inner right temple. The frame is actually going to be laser etched or engraved on the frame. So here we can see it says Persol handmade in Italy, polarized, and it is in fact etched inside. So this means it's not going to rub off slowly over time like on some of their other models. temples. And then here in the inner left temple of the frame, we can see the exact color code and model information. And again, that is going to be etched into the actual acetate of the frame. And it looks really, really subtle, but really nice and classy as well. It's gonna last a lifetime of the frame as well. It's not gonna come off over time. So that is a really nice and classy touch. Again, not worth $250 though. Now, as far as the weight of these frames goes, these frames are going to be very heavy with their thick acetate frames and all glass lenses. They're gonna come in at 47 grams. So if you wear these frames for all day long, you're definitely gonna feel some discomfort here around the nose and here around the ears as well. Now, as far as coverage from the sun goes, these frames are going to offer pretty bad coverage from the sun with their Wayfarer styling. So here up top, we can see they have a pretty massive gap to let sunlight in unprotected. And here on the sides, again, there's definitely a massive gap that lets sunlight in unprotected. So not very practical, but they do have a very nice anti-reflective material here on the back side of the lens, which is going to really help reduce sunlight coming in, bouncing off the lens at an angle directly into your eye. So some pros and cons there. These frames also feature Persol's Meflecto stem system, and you can see that with the two little barrels here in the outside temples of frames. That's going to allow sunglasses to bend out and give a custom fit to the face right out of the box. Also, it's going to add in comfort even if they are perfectly adjusted to your face. Now they do have a metal stem that runs down through the temples, so you can easily have these frames heated up and adjusted, again, custom to your face, which is really nice and common on most high-end acetate frames. If we take a look here at the right frames, we can see a little Persol logo that's going to be metallic, there for authentication purposes as well. And then we can also see they do have a 5-barrel all-metal hinge, and these hinges feel absolutely fantastic when opening them and closing them. They just feel very, very nice and premium, very solid and sturdy, a lot of support here, and they don't feel like they're going to break very easily. This hinge does seem a little bit more overbuilt than Persol's traditional hinges, but not by too much. It is very nicely polished. It's got kind of like a nice sand-blasted finish to it on the inside, and then a glossy finish here on the outside, which is a really good combination here. Now, as far as the styling of these frames go, I definitely really do like the styling of these. And again, I do like how the arrow kind of modernizes them, makes them look a little bit more fresh, even though I still do prefer the traditional one. Maybe that's just because that's what I'm used to. But these definitely look really good, very, very classy and very nice. Again, all the materials here are very, very premium. The biggest downside that I have with these frames is I don't understand the price. Again, getting back to the price, $252 more for these sunglasses than some of Persol's other offerings. It just doesn't make sense, and Persol does not explain on their website why it should cost that much more. I mean, that's a tremendous amount of money. That's like a pair of polarized Ray-Bans. So it's really, really expensive for this particular pair of frames. And I guess the last thing I do want to say is the build quality of these, as far as the way they cut the acetate, feels more like a Japanese pair of sunglasses than it does an Italian pair of sunglasses, which is not a bad thing. That is actually a compliment. The angles here are just kind of like flatter and feel really good when handling them. It feels very, very high quality. These frames are in fact still handmade in Italy, but they do have some kind of Japanese-esque feelings to them, which again is a compliment to the frames, and they do feel better than some of Persol's other offerings, just not $250 better. But of course, we do have these sunglasses available on our website for a substantial discount off the original MSRP, so make sure to check out our website. And for the price that we have these, it definitely seems way more competitive, and it gives a little bit more breathing room, if you will, to kind of justify this pair of sunglasses. And if you like the style, you know, it's still a competitive price to some of Persol's other sunglass offerings. But I'll also leave a link in the description down below directly to Persol's website if you want to check out all the range of the different beautiful colorways that they have for this particular pair of sunglasses. But yeah, that's all I got for guys in this video. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section down below. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Why do you think Persol is charging so much more for these than a traditional pair? Let me know in the comment section down below. But that's all I got for guys in this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give me a big thumbs up down below, and of course, make sure to hit that subscribe button and then be notified every single time I upload a brand new video just like this one to our YouTube channel. Again, thank you so much for watching the video, and I'll catch you all in the next one.